here. Testing. All right. Hey, folks. Thanks for hopping on here. Let me go ahead and mute some things here as I have echo happening here. Give me 1 second to mute my computer over here. I'm still here. Hold on. It's mute. Testing 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Testing. Okay, perfect. What's happening, everybody? Hope you are doing well. Thanks you for hopping on here. What I'm doing right now is just making sure that the signal is going to all the platforms right now. I'm currently streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. Today is actually the first time I am live streaming to LinkedIn. Now I'm looking and I don't see the hold on. The event should be on LinkedIn. I may have to do a refresh. So I see Giovanni. What's happening? Thank you for stopping by here. Let's see. Let's go to my Facebook here to check that. Yeah, it's there. I see it. I'm going to mute it there. And I don't see. Hold on here. I wonder if I have to let people in on LinkedIn since I've never done it on LinkedIn. First time for everything. All right. I'm leaving the LinkedIn window open and hopefully. Yeah. So I'm looking on LinkedIn. I'm just not seeing the feed. Let's see here. Online. Appreciate your patience while I get this squared away. Let's see. And let's check out the chat here. And last time I had a little bit of a hiccup where I didn't turn on the chat. And it looks like it is working today. Like I mentioned, I see Giovanni there. And I did see someone waiting earlier. So hopefully they get to hop back in. Audio's okay. Can you hear me okay? I was listening to myself, so everything seemed to be working okay. So right now, my only thing is I'm just not seeing the, I don't know why it's not playing on LinkedIn. Let's see here. There's my event. Well, I guess it's just not, I'll have to figure out why a little bit later, why it's not showing up on LinkedIn. Oh, all right. Well, hey, thanks for hopping on to my show, the live stream here with Claudio Zavala, your host, Claudio Zavala. And this is the fourth in a series of sessions that I've done on Adobe Spark. And I want to thank, first of all, Adobe Spark for kind of sponsoring this live session. So this is the fourth event that Adobe Spark has sponsored. And hopefully I hope to see more in the future. But this was in the series. So there's some cool stuff coming up later on in the year, updates to Adobe Spark. So hopefully you can keep an eye out for when I share, because there's some really neat things. I can't mention a lot of them because NDA. So I'm just going to say, trust me when I say that these updates are going to be enormously amazing. So to use the adverbs there, enormously amazing. So thank you again to Adobe Spark for sponsoring there. And again, I want to say thank you to all my visitors who are here with me live. Uh, I 6 o'clock Central Time on a Wednesday may be a weird time to do a live stream. So I've been trying to figure out maybe a different time. So I guess I could say, if you want to mention in the comments, is there like a certain time that you think maybe you would watch my show, watch live stream? Because I think right now it's dinner time. We had dinner a little bit early because I'm hopping on here to do the live show. So we're just wondering, maybe just want to throw it into the chat there. So I'm kind of looking on the chat here to see. And in fact, I'm going to go just kind of take a peek on IG and see if there's anybody kind of looking here. Okay, no issues with audio. So okay. But yeah, even if you're not watching live and you want to kind of shoot me a message or something like that, say, hey, maybe try a different time. I don't know. Again, it's just kind of going out to the space here with regard to, when you would watch kind of a live show. So also, I want to say that I'm kind of looking at my feed here. It looks a little bit choppy. But I want to say that I do have what's called Super Chat turned on in YouTube. Recently was given the opportunity to turn on Super Chat. And basically what it is you can kind of within the chat, there's an opportunity to make a donation to kind of this live show. And basically everything that you donate, just let you know that what it does, it helps support my channel with gear, like stuff like this microphone, the camera that I'm using to do the live stream. So, and speaking of like the live stream, a little quick update in regards to kind of the show. This is actually the last show that I'm going to do in this office because we are going to be moving to our new place. Crossing fingers. We have our walkthrough the 29th, and we kind of look through and see, you got to touch up here, or there's something off here. The switch is not right. Things like that. And so our kind of crossing fingers that we get to close on Friday, July 2nd. So our 4th of July weekend is going to be spent moving, which I don't mind. We'll save time for fireworks and some apple pie a little bit later in the day, but we are going to be moving to our new place. And so I'll have finally get into my new studio. And this has been a blessing to have this spot. But I'm ready to make that transition to that new space. Looking forward to just what I'll be able to do in that room and make it really my space here. I've been renting this spot and been fortunate to be able to do a ton of things in here. Kind of full rain, which has been great. I actually wouldn't mind keeping this space, but the drive just won't benefit me to be able to just walk upstairs and record. It's much easier than driving 5-10 minutes to get here. Fortunately, I'm able to actually be here today too. We actually have a new AC system that was put in here last week. The AC system fried, so I actually wasn't in here for about 3 days. I couldn't do any work. It was just brutally hot in here. It's a brick building and it's just like baking in here, so it was like a sauna. And so anyways, update again, last time in this space. So this wall you see back here, I actually won't have that any longer. By the way, if you check out my Instagram reel, I talked about that. That's actually a peel and stick kind of wallpaper type stuff, and it looks like real wood. So you're looking back there, I'm kind of looking at my feed right here, and it's like pretty cool that I actually did want to use like real wood, but since I wasn't going to be here for a little bit, I figured, hey, take the inexpensive route. I think I paid maybe $17 for a roll that's like 19 inches like 15 feet long, I think, or yeah, 15 feet wide. And so I bought several of them. So I think probably $70 for like that wall on the back. And so, anyways, the other thing too that I'm excited about making the move is that the internet here, and if you're watching this and a bit choppy, apologies. The speed here is slow, and slow as molasses. And so you may be watching live and it's cutting in and out. Again, sorry that that's happening. And hopefully, with replay, it won't be as bad. So if you're watching live and struggling with it, just appreciate your patience. Again, I can't wait to get to that new space because I will be 20 times faster internet as opposed to here. All right. I'm just doing a little refresh here, checking how everything is on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So, all right. So, without further ado, what I wanted to chat about today was actually a feature that's in Adobe Spark, and that is what's called blending mode. And so, let me go ahead and throw my screen up here and show you. This right here is my the laptop here that I have Adobe Spark logged into. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just maximize that size there so you can see as much of Adobe Spark here. So if you're not familiar with Adobe Spark, if you haven't had a chance to hop onto Adobe Spark, you want to go to spark.adobe.com. It's a free application. You can create an account. Now, you do have some limitations on what you can use on there, as far as there's some premium features, but you can do a ton with the free version. If you're interested in the full version, I actually have a link in the description in YouTube where you can get a 60-day trial to check it out. So I would definitely take advantage of that trial and go give it a run and check it out. So here we have it's Adobe Spark. So I'm actually going to show you what I mean by blend mode, and I'm going to demonstrate kind of how to do that. So I'm going to look for a project I actually posted a while back. So here is a picture that I had of myself, and I blended a photo that I took of the sky to basically kind of make a flattened composition or compilation of two images together. And so hopefully, again, the internet here, there we go. So you may see a little lag on your end here. And so what I did with this is actually created this in an animation. So I'm going to go ahead and actually turn off that animation. So here what you're looking at, this is a picture of me. And actually, let me just minimize the Spark logo here. So that picture right there that you're looking at is myself, and it's actually another picture. So I'm going to actually move the picture, which is like the clouds. Those are the picture. It's a picture that I took over a field, and then you see my picture in the background there. And what happens is when I kind of add this picture on top, and I use what is called a blending mode, it is putting those two images and blending them together, kind of doing this really cool effect. And basically, you can do this with pretty much multiple images within Adobe Spark. By the way, I want to point out, if you haven't played with Adobe Spark recently, there's been some pretty cool kind of updates that just happen. Sometimes I jump on here and then I see stuff going on and it's like, whoa, this is new. And one of the things down here at the bottom, if you notice, I'm going to kind of see if I can zoom in here. Right here at the very bottom says powered by Adobe Photoshop. So if you've never used Photoshop, basically what you're seeing here is kind of I would say, almost like a teaser, I would say, a very powerful teaser of what you can do in Photoshop. So if you never tried Photoshop and you're like, hey, this blend mode is pretty cool, you can do a ton more kind of creative, I would say, creative things with Adobe Photoshop. But the cool thing is I can do that Photoshop within here. So this is Adobe Spark, but it's powered by Adobe Photoshop. So the cool thing is I can actually just stay in here and not even jump over to Photoshop. So, all right. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out, if you've not played with Adobe Spark in a while, is, in fact, I'm going to click out here and then see if you notice anything when I click on or tap on an object here. So you see this menu pop up over there on the right hand side. When you do that, you're basically right here. It says here, edit the image. You can replace it, remove background, and do a ton of stuff, enhancements, again, powered by Photoshop. But the cool thing right here, I want to show you this right here. This is basically your layers in like the other applications you may use, like Photoshop, Illustrator, pretty much all the Adobe tools. Well, you have it here in Adobe Spark. And this right here is a huge update that it kind of just happened. It showed up. Well, there was an announcement about it, but when I saw this, I was like, oh man, this is so cool, but also makes your job, my life much easier when we're working within Adobe Spark. Before, those layer or ordering kind of menu here was not available before. You would have to use this right here where it says layer order. Oh, I don't know what happened here. Hold on. Kind of jumped. Oop. Hold on. Let's get this back. I think I zoomed in by accident here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Whoop. I'm using my wife's laptop here. All right. That's strange. I don't know why it just hopped like that. Weird. Okay, let's do this right here. I'm gonna refresh. When all else fails, do a refresh. It kind of helps fix things a little bit. I'm gonna hop back out here and kind of sometimes when I feel like when I'm talking and there's nothing on the screen or no movement happening, I feel like you're like, hey, what's going on? I can't see anything. I can't see what's going on. So this way I can kind of show you as that's happening, you kind of see some action, I guess, for lack of better term. All right, so it is refreshing here. Oh, that's just weird. Why it's doing that? Let's see. Let's do this. View, actual size. There we go. I think I zoomed in by accident. All right. So tapping on the image. So you used to have to use this layer order before, and it was just you would have to move something. Let's say move this to the bottom. So notice how now my picture is black and white. That's because I moved that photo to a lower ordering layer. And so you would actually have to tap on something here and then move it around. So let's move this to the bottom. But now, and again, that's here, but also this right here, which makes it so much easy. So basically, if you can see here, my logo is at the topmost layer. Well, if I move it down here, now the logo is beneath that Spark logo layer. And if I grab this photo, move it up, it's above everything else. If you notice, it kind of, look what happens when I move it over the Spark logo down here. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit so you can see. It's basically adding that effect to the logo. So basically, I would not want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and move that back down here. And then again, you have a background layer. So this right here, definitely take advantage of the layering kind of tiles there. Really cool little update. All right. So how do I make this? How did I get this, Claudio? How did you do this? All right. So let me go ahead and I'm going to start from scratch. I think that's kind of a cool way to demonstrate how to do something like this. And again, bear with me with my internet speed here. And while we're doing that, because I'm going to check out here, see who is here. Let's do a quick check. Giovanni, hope you're still hanging in there, Giovanni. I'm going to do a little refresh over here on this side. Oh, I think I lost my my computer here. Hold on. Let's bring this back. There we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to start from scratch and show you how to create this magical blend. All right. So we're going to start a new project, and I'm going to create a custom size graphic. And I'm going to go with an Instagram portrait and click next. And then just gonna let this go ahead and load. All right. There. It's taking a little time. Any day. Okay, let's see. Internet seems to be stable. Make sure everything's working right. Let's go to projects. And then let me go ahead and bring myself back into view here. Again, when it just kind of sits there, I don't want you guys to see just a blank space. So, all right, let's start again. Custom size graphic, social post, Instagram, next, and let's just hope that the internet. All right, that looks much better, showing that something is coming up. All right. And actually, while this is going on, I am going to, let's see here. In the chat there, I'm going to actually, let's make sure. See if this works. What I was going to do is share the link if you want to check out Adobe Spark for yourself. What I want to do first here is make sure that this link is working right. So what I'll do is I'm going to drop it into the Facebook chat, and I'm going to drop it into the YouTube chat. There we go. Actually, do that. So you can try it out for 2 months. All right. Okay, that is weird. Why did it not load? All right, let's go. Start from scratch. Custom size graphic. So we're going to do this again. And maybe it just doesn't like that Instagram portrait right now. Third time's a charm. All right. Yes. All right. So let me bring in an image. So we're going to go over here to photos, upload a photo that I have. I actually took this photo in here. Let's do that one right there. A silly pose there. Kind of like my new, I'm using that as like my new photo for that I share out for events and social media. And what I'm going to do with the photo is, because it has that background layer, I'm going to show you how you can remove that background layer which is built into Adobe Spark. If you've never seen it before, it's called Remove Background. And come on. Let's see. Let's check how everything else is going. As you can see, my internet speed, that's kind of like, we've been here since after Snowmageddon. So February 15th, like I think it was Valentine's, around Valentine's when we got here. So February, March, April, May. So it's 4 months we've been here, and this has been the struggle with this internet. So here we go. There is the photo, and what I'm going to do with the photo here is just make it a little larger, make it fit. And actually what I'm going to do, since let's go to resize, and let's go to should fit the image, or hold on. We'll just leave it there. I was thinking of changing the size of the project, but I'll leave it the way it is. All right, now here's the magic part. With the image selected, you're going to choose remove background. Now you're like, well, Claudio, this remove background has been available for a while. Well, it was in beta, but check this out now. Check this out. I don't know if you noticed, but the beta wasn't there any longer. And now there are a further, I would say, features with the removing background or the cutouts. So here it goes. So show the full image. There's the full image. You can see there. And if I hit this erase, let's see, and that's just kind of the size, I can go through here and erase additional parts of my image, but I don't want to do that. Just wanted to show you. And then you can go through and kind of restore parts. So this right here, that pink is kind of showing you what's already been cut out. So I'm going to undo and keep that way. And then if you click invert cutout, so basically it's cutting me out of the picture here, that we're going to click invert again. All right. And hit the done. And right here, up here at the top is auto. So it uses artificial intelligence. Adobe Sensei is what it's called. And so it does it automatically for you. But then again, you have the option to do some customization. So I'll hit the done, and it's going to bring me back here. And as you can see, it removed the background that was in my image. So what I'm going to do now, I'm using my wife's laptop, so I think she's got some settings here. And let's make this a little bigger here so it fits kind of there. There we go. So I kind of fit within that image. All right, cool. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do is bring in another photo. And I have a couple here. This a sky. I think I'm going to do, let's try that one. And actually I can bring multiple in. So let's do this one first. Let's click open. We're going to bring that picture in. Now, one of the things with using images, bringing in images from a computer, and I try to remember to do this all the time, so this is a tip, is try not to use your full resolution of the images. So for example, I shoot video in 4K, and then I shoot photos in the largest possible format on my camera, iPhone and my Fuji X-T3. So I'll take the full resolution available on the camera, just because if I ever want to print, or if I'm doing work for somebody, it's just my standard setting. Well, when I edit the image and download it to the computer, it could be 4,000 by 3,000 resolution at 120 at the 120 DPI. or like most mainly on computers, we're kind of at a 72. So what I try to do is change that to like where it's 72 pixels um, per square inch. I think that's the right, DPI is for printing, but you kind of get the idea what we're talking about. And then I change it to like 1000 by whatever 800. So it's not the largest resolution, just because when I'm doing that, it just takes a little longer to import. So here we go. The image imported, and what I'm doing here is just making the size larger. It's basically like kind of covering my face here, or my pose, or my shot here. And now over here on the edit image menu, where we saw the remove background, right below where it says add to background, right here, this little looks like a Venn diagram tilted, dark circle, white circle, blended to gray right there. That is your blend mode, which again, you have in Photoshop. Now this is powered by Photoshop. So you have the option as normal. So right now it's a normal blend. Nothing's been done. But when I hit multiply, like my picture that was below kind of came up above. It kind of, I would say, blended through, kind of see through. And then if I hit screen, what it's doing, it's creating a screen of that image. So let me bring it down. So see, my image is fully intact. But when I create it as a screen, uh, you can see the clouds through, kind of like a screen, like if you're putting a screen, like a screen door. And what you could do is down here on the filters and enhancements, you can further enhance that photo. So right now it's full bright. So let me bring down the brightness just so I can see that. Let's bring down. So what I'm doing is actually adjusting the photo. So see how I brought some more blue. And so it's really kind of cool. Now I'm going to do something to my picture here, which I did in the demo that I showed you at the beginning, is I'm actually going to desaturate and turn my photo kind of black and white, because I think now I can see kind of the colors, because if I go full saturation, you can kind of see the color of my skin through that. And again, clicking on my picture, remember you got to make sure you click on the right picture, and enhancement, bring down the brightness, bring down saturate. So it got full black and white, and it's sometimes it just looks better when it's by the pictures in black and white. And so again, right here using that cool blend mode. And so now let's bring in that other picture, and we're just gonna just let's see. What is this one? Oh, I use that one. That picture. There we go. We're gonna bring in another cloud picture, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna use the blend mode. So now I have two images that are affected with the blend mode. So if the first cloud shot, now I'm going to bring in this other one and add kind of a blend mode to that picture as well, as soon as it loads to my screen here. There we go. And let's make this a little larger again. So we got that full sky. And again, so here's the blend mode. Again, the blend mode is only affecting that picture that's actually selected at the moment, which is the cloud, the kind of a sunset. So if I hit multiply, notice again, it brought my picture through. But if I hit screen again, so now I've got two screens. So I think let's do this. And now to do is kind of play with this here. Let's see what happens when I bring my picture down. There we go. That's cool. Whoa. I think I accidentally desaturated this right here. Let's see. Brightness down. Saturation up. Shadows up. So see here. And it checks out. I'm just kind of moving that so you can see. So let's bring my picture all the way down. Let's bring this brightness. Let's bring this brightness. Let's bring the contrast up. So again, you can kind of play with the different ones. Kind of like that better. So what I'm going to do is click this, throw that away. Yeah, it's kind of pretty cool. Make this larger, bring this down. Really cool effect. And I think what I'm going to do here is show you something, backgrounds. I'm going to bring in a background and just kind of drop it behind everything. So if you're not familiar with the backgrounds menu here in Adobe Spark, basically what you're doing is you're looking through a library of backgrounds, things that you can use as backgrounds. So let's see, let's do this. Space one, stars, outer space, colorful galaxies, radiant lights. Let's do the colorful galaxies. Let's just see what that does. All right, so we got that kind of cool looking. And now what I'm going to do, if you notice, it dropped it to the very top layer. I'm going to make sure, again, have that selected. And then right here, add to background. There we go. So there I am in space. So I've got the pictures here again. So this one, just to show you, I've got that there. And good. You got that cool looking background. So let's say, let's add text here. Oh, this is something cool. If you haven't seen this before, when you used to edit text, you would have to double click and then it would pop up and kind of cover the screen. But now you just have this edit text over here. So click, and now it's over here. Let's see. Out of this world. Spell correctly. Out of this world. And let's change this color to white. Yeah, let's do white. And we'll do an effect. Let's see, shadow. Outline. I'm not sure which one I want. Outline. Let's do the outline in. Let's turn off the shadow. Actually, let's go shadow. And let's change the color of the shadow to, there we go. Out of this world. Let's bring that there. And let's fix the alignment. Out of this world. There we go. And just like that. So there we have the blend mode. Okay, I think I got a message here. Let's see here. Let's hop on over to okay. Sorry, I thought I was getting a message from the stream here. All right. So then again, the blend mode, bringing in images from your computer, and then just kind of get creative with how you can use the blend mode. And again, right here, just added a background, going again to the backgrounds within Adobe Spark. You have all those available for you, and just bringing different ones in. And you know what? While we're here, let's just kind of mention design assets. Here you can grab some, since I've got this out of this world theme going on here, so you can bring in objects. So here we go. I see the moon there, or something that looks like the moon. Stars. The moon is a star. No, the sun is a star. So here we go. Let's see. Let's find. Okay, let me come back here. Let me type in moon. Does something come up? Here we go. And you see those little yellow badges? Those are premium. So if you are signed up for the premium Adobe Spark, you will have access to those. And so the 60-day free trial, you should have access to those as well. Just trying to find the right moon. So this is one of those things where I can spend hours just finding the right picture, and just here we go. I think I'm getting closer. Let's go with that right there. So here we have that, and I want it to look the other way or face the other way. So I'm going to flip this and to just drop it right there, rotate it. Here's the rotate feature, and we're gonna bring this. See what happens if I. Okay, cool. Put that behind, but I do like the color, so let's bring it back there. And I'm actually going to take my picture and just make it a little smaller. Again, take my picture. I'm going to use the arrow keys. There we go. I'm going to move myself a little to the right there, just so we can see that. Again, so let's bring in design asset here. Star. Star. So I think I'm losing internet connection here. There we go. Moon. All right, for some reason it's just getting stuck here. Illustrations. Nature. Okay. So now we're refreshed. Let's see here. It's going so fast. Here we go. Let's bring in this sun. We're just going to drop that right there. And bring in this moon. Let's put that right up there. Again, this has no design style. I'm just kind of putting stuff like just potpourri. In Spanish, it says the word is capirotada. You're just kind of throwing it all in. Teach you a little Spanish today. Let's put this over here. Actually, let's do this. And we're going to bring that text and using my layers. Here we go. All right. Made something of this. There we go. Very cool. Using the blend mode, and then I brought in the background and then using design assets there and then adding them to this project. So check that out. Pretty cool. Oh, hey. I say, okay, how to create shapes in Spark, squared, round, etc. Perfect timing. Okay. Because I pretty much this right here is kind of where I was going to stop with blend mode. Hey, William, how's it going? I hope everything was working fine. I'm just now seeing the names pop up, so hopefully everything's going well. And so the question was in regards to the creating shapes in Spark. So I'll go ahead and cover that here. I'll stay with this project since we're doing that. So let me go ahead and maximize that here. So with this right here, so Lukman, I hope I'm saying your name right. Lukman Abdullah, I hope I'm saying your name right. So if I'm not, apologies. You can actually bring in your shapes like that in the design assets. But if you're looking for specific, like a perfect square, a perfect rectangle shapes, then what you're going to use is right here where it says icons. So I'm going to click here where it says icon, and rectangles were the last shapes that I was working on. So right here, if I type in square, I'm able to access all these icons. And so basically, if you think of an icon, you find shapes like triangles, geometric shapes like triangles, circles, squares, octagons. You could also find like shapes of people, objects like trains, cars, planes, buildings. And so that's the cool thing about the icon. So what you'll do is just kind of click on this like square and see how it came here. And it defaults to whatever was the color that I last used. And I can just go in here and change the color. Let's do red so you can see that. And we're gonna let's just go ahead and so that's a cool thing. Even though it's a square, I'm able, like, this shape allows me to alter the square to a rectangle, which is pretty cool. And that's just here. We're just going to kind of throw a hodgepodge of shapes here. So here we go. That's square. Let's see, circle. Spell it correctly. Circle. Just drop it in. There it is. Circle. Here's that right there. Okay. Again, I'm going to use that. I'm going to just drop the circle right there. So you can see, again, I'm using the layers. And so what you just saw me do was select all. See that? I'm clicking and holding down. And as you can see, the little lines right there may be hard for you to see, but I have multiple objects selected. If you notice right here, it's giving me the option to group. So I don't want to group any of that. But since I'm here, let's go back to icons. And as I mentioned, you can use shapes. Let's say car. So here's where you can, tap it. And here we go. This is, the car is flying in space. Here, let's put it right here. Like Back to the Future or something. Let's see. Let's make this purple. There we go. Purple car in space. How's that for like a collage of just items here? So Lukman, I hope that was helpful there for answers your question in regards to getting shapes, like you mentioned, squares. So the cool thing is you don't actually have to create them. They are already there for you. It's just a matter of typing in the one you want. So that, again, is in icons. Very cool. Thanks for the question there. And I'm just speaking of questions, I'm just going to kind of go through and see if there's any other questions. So again, thank you for those who were able to hop on live. Had a little bit of a spotty connection towards the middle of this. So if you are watching a replay, maybe just kind of fast forward a little bit or rewind. Hopefully that helps. But just go, okay. So since I don't have questions, do a little recap here. So we just talked about icons in Adobe Spark, and then basically want to share with you the blend mode that's available in Adobe Spark. Again, it's powered by Adobe Photoshop, which, again, you can do a ton of creative stuff in Adobe Photoshop. Now you have that creative power in Adobe Spark. So being that it is powered by Adobe Photoshop, but it is in Spark, which is amazing. I do use Photoshop. It's one of my other creative tools, but just having it here, so much easy, so quick. And by the way, you can also do it on your iPhone. So I have an iPhone, so I know I can do it on iPhone. I have not tried it on the Android just yet. I haven't played with it on the Android, but very, very cool to be able to do that on a mobile as well. So, hey, everyone. Well, hey, thanks, iSpike. Thanks for hopping on. I'm honored. Hopefully it's not too, late for you in Australia there. But thanks for hopping on to a live session. And it's one of the other things too. I want to just kind of again thank Adobe Spark for sponsoring this live stream, and this is actually the fourth one that Adobe Spark sponsored. So, a really huge thank you to a thumbs up to Adobe Spark for doing that. And hopefully, I'll have some more sponsored live sessions later on. But I do plan on doing some more live streaming. Again, this was an Adobe Spark series. I probably will continue doing this kind of on my own. I want to do additional live streaming, but I haven't done a lot just again because of the connectivity issue in this building, which will change as soon as we move to our new place. Hey, 7:50 in the morning. Well, cool. Yeah, Adobe Illustrator is an amazing application too. I definitely love using that one. Have you tried it on the iPad? Still kind of figuring out, but I do like the fact to be able to use my pen there. Hey, thanks so much on the Adobe Spark Master. Well, thank you, sir. I think you are the live stream master there, iSpike. I definitely enjoy like your streams. It was really cool. Well, everyone, again, want to thank you for hopping on live. And if you are watching on replay, a huge thank you to you as well. And again, if you have any questions in regards to Adobe Spark, feel free to reach out to me on social. In fact, let me go ahead and jump back over to my other screen here and just put my contact info. Again, you can find me at iamclaudius.com. That's again my website. From there, you can find, I have links to my social media, which is Claudio Zavala Jr., and that's at everywhere. So you can find me using Claudio Zavala Jr. everywhere. All right, everyone. Well, thank you again for being here. Thank you again to my visitors from on the other side of the world and on this side of the world and all across the globe. Thanks so much for being here with me. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of the day and or evening. And as always, be good to one another. Peace.